So today you are reviewing multiple choice strategies um, and hopefully using them when you take your progress check. So just as a reminder, you've got these 7 strategies that we've worked with before. The first one is to read the context. Keep in mind that the College Board will give you some clue as to where the passage has come from or where the writing draft originated. So please make sure you read that italicized context before you begin reading. As you read the passage, you want to make sure you identify the overall purpose. So on the right-hand side, you'll see there's a green index card looking picture, and it says, number 1, what is activism? Number 2, examples of personal. So what those notes represent are notes that you might take referencing the purpose of each paragraph. So the first paragraph of a particular passage, for example, might be about defining activism. The second paragraph might be someone's personal example. The third paragraph would be examples from the 1960s, and so on. So you would take those notes as you read through the passage, so that way you're keeping in mind how each paragraph is functioning. And then you can sort of look at how all of those paragraphs work together as a whole, and the purpose is to get people to take risks to make change. You could step back and say that's the purpose of the whole passage. It's almost guaranteed that you'll have a question about the purpose of the passage, so it's really important to kind of clue into that as you're reading through. So that covers point number 3. So point number 4 says, think like a college professor while you're reading the passages, right? Because again, the reading multiple choice questions are all about how well you can analyze what someone else is doing, what some other writer has done. Or on the writing style multiple choice questions, you're thinking like a coach, right? You're looking at a draft of writing and considering, how could this be better? So in some ways that's like coaching. Keeping time is really, really important because you're going to be at home taking this exam. You have a set block of time. So really what you need to do is say, okay, I've got an hour for this many passages, so I need to spend about 10 minutes on each passage. You will likely have like 5 sets of passages. So you're going to need to kind of keep that time. For the writing questions, you want to read the passage first. You want to read the draft first. The reading questions, we're actually updating that because we've found out that you're not going to be able to skip back and forth with the questions. Like once you answer a question, you have to move on. So really they're forcing you where you're going to have to read the passage first and then continue on with the questions. They'll you'll be able to access the passage, but you can't do the thing where you preview the questions first, and that doesn't work. So you will have to sort of read the passage and then answer the question and so on. So this is the breakdown of the kinds of questions you're going to see. So you've got the rhetorical situation. You will have a portion of questions that deal with that in your reading style questions. Same thing in your writing style questions. Claims and evidence, reasoning and organization, and style. So you're going to see those major skill categories in both the reading style questions and the writing style questions. If you're not sure what rhetorical situation means, that's something you need to review. If you're not sure you really understand claims and evidence, that's something you need to review. Same thing for reasoning and organization, same thing for style. So you will see they actually are telling you ahead of time what the multiple choice section will look like this year. So the first set will be reading skills, then second set, and then writing skills. So it gives you this breakdown so you know really what to expect on the exam. Okay, so this is some more information about the reading comprehension. I'm not going to read this to you. This is the part that I want you to kind of go over on your own. You can ask Mr. McCarrick questions. He also teaches AP Lang. But with these slides, type 1, type 2, Type 3, this is information that's going to help you review some of those points that I just made. Okay, so you're going to review those on your own, read over them carefully, and then when you're done, you're going to go to AP Classroom and you're going to complete the Unit 7 progress check. Okay, and there's a slide here about how you're going to be graded, what your grade will kind of be based upon. And at the very end, there are some strategies here, some resources for how you can improve. So please make sure, especially after you get your answers and your results, that you look at where you have strengths and where you have opportunities for growth and use these resources to continue improving before the exam. All right, so that's the overview for today. I look forward to seeing you again later in the week. If you have questions, stop by on Wednesday during check-in. But please make use of all of these resources and this review. And please make sure you take the Unit 7 progress check. All right, have a good rest of the day.